Hello, hello, hello. There is a lot of drama around how valid and real our little sneaker industry is. People keep asking us, can you make real money? Is it a real thing? Is it all a farce? Etc. etc. So we took on a challenge. Started with 1,000 rupees with a challenge to make it 1 crore rupees. 1 crore, the symbol of wealth in India. So I gave Vedansh 1,000 rupees and I said he's got to make it a crore. We started looking at me like, what can we do with 1,000 rupees? We don't sell anything for 1,000 rupees in the store usually. So we looked around and we were like, what in the sneaker space is highly consumed and worth 1,000 rupees or less? So we started with wipes. We found a guy selling crepe wipes for bulk. We got each box for around, I think between 250 and 300 rupees. Bought 3. So we bought 3 of these for 300 rupees each. We had 100 rupees left with which we got Vedansh some Red Bull to keep the work going. And we sold them for 900 bucks a pop, making us a profit of 1,800 rupees on our first purchase and sale, leaving us with 2,700 rupees at the end of it. 2,700 rupees is not enough, and you're probably wondering why wouldn't we just keep doing this so we multiply money 3x every time? This is not sustainable and we wanted to be trading in our space. So we did this one more time to make a little more money, to be had enough to make our first real purchase. After the money we made on the wipes, Vedansh went and bought this ASSE t-shirt from a WhatsApp group for 4,000 rupees. Left us with 500 rupees in the bank.
So we kept the SSE t-shirt in the store because we knew our Matt Sanvesh would absolutely sell it, and well, he did for 6,000 rupees. And now was the time when we actually had money to buy our first actual sneaker, and very unironically it was the greatest selling silhouette of all time, the Air Force 1. But there was just one minor complication in that deal. We were basically getting offered 5 pairs of those for 25,000, but we didn't have, of course, 25,000 rupees. So me being me and using all of mine and Mainstreet's clout, I convinced the seller to give us these pairs one by one instead of taking them all. But of course we could only do that because we had the distribution to, move them all. So we ended up buying all 5 FOSs one by one and then selling them for a profit of 1,500 rupees at 6,500 rupees each, which is still under retail. So it was still a very good deal for whoever was buying on the opposite end. And of course, you at home watching this might just feel that it's a very, like, if you could just make 1,000 into 14,000 in a week, you could just do it 1,000 times and become a millionaire. Unfortunately, it does not work that way, and not everyone can do it. We were only able to buy and sell these because we have been in this business for 4 years. So we have relationships accordingly with buyers and sellers both, and also like this entire mechanism to process all of this.
5 Air Force Ones bought and sold. We now have 14 grand in the bank. The next deal that we sort of found was 3 Essentials t-shirts for 12,000 rupees at 4,000 bucks a pop. We knew market at the time for these t-shirts was about 8 grand, meaning we could easily liquidate them at 6,000 rupees. On a journey to multiply money quickly, time was of the essence. We pulled the plug, had 2,000 left in the bank, made 2,000 rupees profit per t-shirt, and this 14 grand is now 20. With 20 grand, that's enough money to buy a decently relevant shoe that could hopefully make us some cash. Vedansh did some hunting and he found a pair of the Spider-Man Jordan Highs for 19,000 rupees. 19,000 rupees at cost, meaning we could sell them for 24. We listed them at that price, and about 2 days in, gone. Made 5,000 rupees profit on that. With 25 grand in the bank, we looked back, did some hunting. The next deal we found was for only 13,000 rupees. It was a pair of Tokyo Jordan lows. This year at IC, we're giving away some crazy shit. Stupid 50 has the craziest prizes of all the way up to a Louis Vuitton Air Force One for 5,000 rupees. If you want to stand a chance to win them, you gotta be there. Go get your tickets now if you haven't already. On the Zomato app in the live section. Go quickly.
Well, of course, I knew the Tokyo Low would sell because it's just an amazing shoe and I personally vouch for it everywhere else. After that, we had a little bit of money to play around with again. Now that's the constant theme. So me being in deal hunter mode, I found these 2 Yeezy slides in the bone colorway, both in a good size, which were a UK 12. Someone who came to the store was begging to be cashed out. I helped the man out. Got these 2 for 26,000 rupees total. And we knew market on them was around 15 and 16 and consumers would end up paying 18,000 for it. Those took 4 days to sell. We netted a profit of 5k on each, and all of a sudden we were left with 39,000 rupees, which was a lot. And now at that point I was very tempted to just go and buy a pair of Chicago's or a Jordan 1 UNC because those are traditionally the best margin makers. But I found this split Chicago Dunk for 14,000 rupees which was under market at the time because market was 15,000. So yeah, me being me, the split Chicago's just restocked, and now the market value for them is around 12 to 13,000 rupees. And there's absolutely no reason for us to have money stuck. It's best to realize our losses.
With 38,000 rupees in the bank, momentum was building, and we were running out of time. So we went back to the classics, things that we know work. Jordan 1 highs. We started with the lost and founds, bought a pair for 36 grand, sold for 42, made 6,000 rupees, and we were left with 44. Then we got a pair of the UNCs, bought for 32 and sold for 38. Another 6,000 rupee profit, and we finally hit the half century, 50,000 rupees. Ka-ching. With 50,000 rupees, we found a steal in the money size of the mochas, UK 11. Snapped the pair for the entirety of our 50,000 rupees. All our eggs in one basket. But because it was a money size, sold real quick at 55,000 rupees. With the 55 grand, we bought 2 pairs of shoes together. The Easy Bones for 21 grand under retail. Because they just released, there was heavy supply, and the seller wanted to get rid of those and his True Blues together. So the True Blues were slightly overpriced at 13,000 rupees. We sold the Yeezys for 3,000 rupee profit and the True Blues at cost, netting us another 3,000 rupee profit, and we were left with 58,000 rupees in the bank.
After just barely breaking even on the last deal, the focus is very much on profits now. One shoe which I saw selling a lot was these olive lows in a UK 6. We managed to get them for just 50,000 rupees, where bigger sizes of the same shoe were going for 75,000 rupees. And I already had a client in mind, so thought might as well. Ended up flipping those for 55,000 in like a couple days. That was a major dub. Next up, we were on the Travis wave again. This time it was the Travis Phantom, which was in a size UK 8. Market at that time was around 64,000. I managed to get a pair for 62 because that's what I do. We listed them on the website. Ended up selling for 69,999. I think it took 3 or 4 days with like a couple stories that we pushed on Instagram. And sometimes it's that easy. And now with 71,000 rupees in the bank, this is like the fun times where we can use our capital to its best advantage. So for 64,000 rupees, I bought these 3 pairs of Azure slides. Like 2 of them in a UK 10, 1 a UK 9, and I also got a pair of these Zion Williamson lows for around 34,000, which is again a size UK 9.5. Traditionally half size are tough to move, but market on this is like 40, 42. So at that point I'm thinking might as well just take the gamble because no risk, no reward, right? So I ended up flipping 2 of the slides for 13,000, 1 for 12,000, and I ended up selling the Zion lows for 40,000 rupees. We're in a pretty healthy spot now. So at this point, the warehouse bus sale is fast approaching, and we know it's gonna be big and massive. And the one short shoe we know is gonna sell in loads are the Panda Dunks. While I'm on the hunt for what to sell on this particular campaign, I come across this dude who has a bunch of Panda Dunks in sizes UK 7 to 11. And he's selling them for 8,500 rupees if we take all 10 pairs, 2 of each size. That is money, right? And because we were doing the sale, we knew they would fly at 9,000 rupees like absolutely instantly, which is what we did. Went to the store, clicked a very nice photo, dropped them on the website. They sold in like 5 minutes, and we ended up making like 500 into 10, like 5,000 rupees in the space of the day by doing absolutely nothing.
With 90,000 rupees in the bank, I was honestly pretty impressed with how well this was going. The last 10 grand finally came through, Ed.
During the warehouse bus sale, like after we sold the bunch of Pandas, the traction was really high. We were offered this cash out deal for 3 shoes which don't really sell well, sell a lot of. The Easy 350 Salts, the Union White Air Jordan 1s, and the Ambush Flash Slam Dunks. And neither are fast movers, but they're all pretty good shoes. And the website traffic was absolutely insane, so I was like, we took the plunge, got a 500 discount from the dude who sold it, got those 3 shoes in for 73,500, and managed to sell all of them in a day and a half, leaving us with a grand total of 1,01,500 rupees, which is absolutely insane in like just over a month.
Stop it. So here we are. We are now left with 1 lakh of rupees, at which time we paused. We decided to complete making this video. Now the video is ready and going up. I want you to tell us down below how soon do you think it's going to take, how long do you think it's going to take for us to take this 1 lakh and make it 10 lakh rupees. Because that is part 2. Subscribe to the channel and all of that so you can see the next part.